Graffiti vandals can be hard to catch.
It's a huge problem.
All-out war on graffiti.
2 out of every 3 cans were stolen out of your typical neighborhood store.
And what happens to the kids convicted of graffiti offenses?
Crime scene colon, these cold streets you patrol on. Try to get a hold on, kids strapped with growl on.
Vandals born on my kid, getting chased, baited, but mostly getting shit painted.
Someone wants them, it's either step up, run up, or shut up.
LA is the gallery, the streets of New York is the gallery, the streets of Chicago is the gallery. You can go to some places in LA where there's railroad tracks and crazy ass walls, you're gonna see that art for free. You might pay for being in the wrong place.
Yo, you tuning in to Eyesore Radio. Yo, this episode, man, we got a heavy hitter, bro. We got the one and only, yo, guest, state your name, where you from?
Demon from SMA, LPK, and VMB.
Let's go, bro. Yo, man, one thing that stands out is your name, bro. How'd you get your name, bro, if you mind me asking?
So, I was actually like 16 in juvie. My original name was Emo Boy. So that's how I got it tattooed right on my face. But I got my name in juvie from some fools from Quiet Village at Nightcrawlers. And they're like, nah, we're going to change it up. We're going to call you Demon. And yeah, I was like, I was the emo kid in there. And I was the only one in there. So they're like, fuck it. And they just followed me to placement and then obviously onto the streets.
So, with a really dope name like that, bro, just creating your art, bro, is it just kind of like a, you know what, I'm out here just going to do this and be out? Or like, do you say, you know what, this is like, I'm going to add some of my personality into this, you know?
So really, it's nothing specific. Sometimes we just go out there rolling on the streets and be like, all right, what are we hitting? Hey, let's hit this spot. All right, I'm going to figure it out. It's just really my creativity just doesn't come into play until I get there and I look at what I'm working with. So it just really depends on the situation, the location. I never really go as planned. Unless it's like, hey, we're doing a damn tunnel. Then I'll be like, all right, cool. So then I'm probably going to do a piece. And I just kind of be thinking about it on the way there. But other than that, I don't really like plan it out. And it just kind of happens in a way.
Sweet, man. Now here in the art scene, bro, you know, being an artist yourself, bro, do you just do this kind of like just like a getaway, or is it political, or do you think you kind of do this more like a passion or a hobby? You know what I mean? How do you approach this, bro?
I guess the best way to say is the passion and a hobby. I've been doing it for a real long time now. So the way I see it is like, okay, like if I want to do something, I'll put my mind to it. You know, it's like when people when they songwrite, or even just regular paintings and on canvases, and people who like to make t-shirts for fun. It's just, art's an art form. So of course, and realistically, I feel like this is more of a hobby than trying to go out there and make money off of it. It's just because I want to do it, not because I have to do it.
Do you feel like this type of art, do you feel like there's really nothing wrong with making money off of it, or do you think money kind of messes it up?
With that one, I have a 50-50 opinion. By all means, get your money however you can. But at the same time, people who started getting into it didn't think of the money at first. Unless they do, then those fools are, you guys know what they are. But I feel like you should get your money if you're really good at it. I know there's a lot of people out there like Josh and Crash, where they do really good murals and stuff. That's because they got known for graffiti. I'm sure they didn't get into graffiti when they were younger and oh yeah, I'm gonna make money off of this right off the bat. It's no, they probably eventually realized damn, I could be really good at this, and then made something of themselves.
Where did you grow up?
Right here in Orange County, Garden Grove, California.
How long have you been writing for?
As of 2011. I can't remember specifically what day, but I remember it was like right after the summer of 2011.
How would you describe the graph scene back then?
In Orange County, there was no graffiti in Orange County. I feel like personally, you didn't know there was really graffiti unless you went to like the cutty ass spots. You went into tunnels. The very rare train yards we have, you know, it's like 3 of them realistically. Or unless you went to like riverbanks or like under the bridges that we have here. But really, there's no street spots, so you don't really see the graph scene unless you go to those like, you know, sketchy places. But when you do go there, you always see really cool shit.
Is it like, do you think it's like it's more of a risk when you're out creating art in Garden Grove itself? Because anybody that's from Orange County knows, you know, Garden Grove tends to have more of a stricter way of living, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah, you're right. Orange County is probably the strictest place I've ever known for graffiti, and I've painted in a lot of different cities. But, you know, I feel like to really call yourself a hot boy, come hit some Orange County street spots with me.
Oof, that's dope. That's what's up, bro. Now let me ask you this, Demon. You've been in this graph scene for a minute, bro, you know? And how do you like, do you always try to find balance between like your day-to-day life and being an artist? Or do you just say, you know what, man, whenever I feel like it, I'm just gonna go and tear it up, bro. Nothing can stop me, bro.
I think the second way you explained it is pretty well. You know, as an adult now, you do have to balance, you know, work and family. Of course, if you have children and everything, you got to balance all that out, spending time with them. You know, the second you get that free time, I just go out there and just fuck shit up as much as possible.
Have you like always been a part of the art you've seen like your whole life? Like, did you grow up drawing, or was it just like a skill that just like developed with time?
I guess it's a skill that developed with time. But I did draw a little bit when I was younger, but I mainly was like super into comic books. I was getting really into it. Tried my hardest up until high school to do the like animation, you know, like the action figures and stuff, you know, like the crazy ass like fighting scenes, you know, like Dragon Ball Z type shit. Could never get it down. I couldn't get the body structure. I couldn't do shit. You know, it was just horrible from the start. And I remember when I first started writing, I always get like people's names, and I would just do like random action figures, stick figures, like doing backflips off like one letter, or like if someone had a U in their name, it was like it was a pool with a fucking shark or whatever the fuck. It was like super random shit. And obviously, like as I got older, I got rid of all that shit, and I just was strictly letters and like learning the form of it. Took a lot of practice. It wasn't just something like, oh yeah, I'm good at this shit. Like it was like, no, it took practice to understand it and progress with it.
Do you have a favorite style of graffiti that you like tags, bombing, piecing?
For me, it's always been bombing. Something about it being like in and out, any spot you want, green signs or like freeway spots, or even like I said, Orange County fucking street spots. If you can be there in 2 minutes, or 2 to 5 minutes, and you're easily clean and like get away, like that good feeling of like driving by and like, okay, cool, I got away from that spot. That's crazy, because everyone knows when they come to Orange County, our streets are not like normal sized blocks. They're like at least half a mile long for some reason, from one intersection to the other. So for you to be catching that spot when there's almost no cars out there, and then there's always cops, I feel like it's a pretty good rush when you're in and out of there like in 2 minutes.
What's your favorite county to paint at, and why?
Yeah, that's a good one. I would have to say LA, only because street spots, they rock like way longer. Like I said, here in OC, a day, 2 days, if you're lucky. Overnight, like a couple hours after you just did it. Like I've had shit get buffed the next morning, bro. I'm like, bro, I was just here 3 in the morning. I just did that like 4 hours ago. But I gotta say my favorite is LA, because it's like it's a writer's playground, man. You got shit on the side of the building. on the rooftops, billboards. You got everything there. You know, it's like you're as a kid, go to a playground. You're like, damn, I can climb all this. So it's that. I feel like LA is always my favorite spot to hit.
In your time doing graffiti, what do you think was like the craziest spot that you've caught?
Oh, that's my favorite one. One time we were by the Dodger Stadium, and you guys know those bridges under, those green signs like in between each of those bridges.
Okay.
Heading towards the Dodger Stadium. I believe it's on the 5. One of my buddies, we were coming from the Dodger Stadium, and we were on that long freeway walk path, and then he said, it was like, oh, Demon, he's like, you won't hit that green sign. And I was like, oh, you think I won't hit that shit right now? And he was like, that as you won't. He was like, you're a pussy. And I was like, all right, bet. So I took my shirt off, and I had a lot less tattoos at the time. It was a couple years ago. So I took my shirt off, wrapped it around my face, and mind you, I was sober. So I wasn't drinking that day. I wasn't smoking nothing. Like, and I climbed the green sign, and I'm there daytime fucking just doing a fill on the fucking. And then like I remember I didn't even get to finish because you guys all know the little the fucking cops make. So, you know when they're trying to get through traffic because they're trying to get to something. I heard that, bro, and I was like, all right, time for him to go. Like I heard it from behind me from one of the tunnels. So I was like, I gotta go. So like I was almost done, but I didn't ever get to finish it. So if you go through my Instagram, you'll never see it. It's not even on there. Like I didn't even bother with that shit. But that was probably like one of my favorite spots I hit. It was daytime.
Yeah, definitely. Being around LA, it seems like they almost accept that culture, you know, if you will, you know. And here in OC, bro, it's just like they have a different way of seeing things. You know, they want to be clean. They're trying to like project a different way of being. You know what I mean? So, but do you ever, you know, when you go out and about, do you ever just tend to go by yourself, or do you tend to want to be like partnered up, you know, when you're out creating art?
So I actually do both. There's a lot of nights where I'm like, fuck, it's 2 a.m, I just got off of work, or it's 4 a.m, I just got off work, and I'm like, let me go catch something real quick, like on the way home or something. You know, that way I can see it the next day on the way back home. I went to work or whatever. But then if I really want to, I'll plan it, like, hey guys, let's go out this weekend, or like, what are you guys doing on Wednesday or whatever the day is. I'll try to link up with some of the guys and, you know, go catch a couple spots with them. But for the most part, I feel like lately I've just been going by myself just because I work so much. So it's like I just go out there solo and I'm just hitting whatever spot I could.
That's sick, bro. Let me ask you this, bro. As an artist, man, you've been in this game already for a cool little minute, bro. What's the one thing that you like or appreciate, or better yet, respect about the art world?
Nowadays, I feel like there's a lot more people wanting to be like coaches. You know, I remember when we were younger, there was a lot of people that just cross your shit out and be like, all right, fuck you, like, you know, we're not gonna teach you shit. But I feel like as we got older, I noticed a lot of people are trying to, like, you know, now they're trying to show you the right way to do it. You know, I myself, I'll be doing that shit too. Like, if I see something like, oh, bro, you should do it like this. Like, I like my throwies with 0 negative space. You know, I like it old school. I know a lot of, like, this generation, they like to put a lot of negative space in it. So I know it's controversial there. But I feel like, yeah, the one thing I appreciate is how everyone's trying to, like, help better the person instead of just completely shutting them down 100%. Unless they're like a complete knucklehead and they're like not wanting to learn. They're just like stuck in their ways of just being trashed the entire time. It's like, bro, fuck you, damn, I'm just gonna go over all your shit. So I feel like you gotta like earn your respect as well.
Do you think there's respect is still a big thing in the art scene, or do you think that it's starting to become less and less like nowadays?
It all really depends on who you associate with. So I met fools who were like just kind of like stubborn, kind of like, you know, just complete assholes, which I have no problem with. But at the same time, like, the more you're around them, and not even by choice either, you could be hanging out with a certain person and you come around this person just because you're homies with his homie, and then he starts kind of like, how do you say, not tolerating you, but like you start getting his respect, and he's like, you know, he calms down, and you know, like, the respect thing is like, they try to come off as the hardest motherfucker, you know, and it's like they come on, we're all just trying to catch spots too, you know. But yeah, I feel like the respect thing is very important to me. Only because, you know, to give respect, you gotta earn respect as well. So like, it's like you gotta be like halfway together.
Hey, bro, sometimes there's these people, man, they're too hard for the streets, you know? But
yeah, that's true.
Yo, man, we're gonna go to this quick little break, man. We chilling with the one and only Demon up in his house, bro. Yo, it's Eyesore Radio, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. Fuel, what up? Hood Vandals. Death, what up? Hey, yo, Tech. What's up, Wonder? Yo, Dino, what up? Yeah. Look. Calm before the storm, we taking steps through the rain. Yo, these colors never run, they outline around the name. Fill the spot clean, unintentional with the fame. You don't know what I'm going through, I'm capable of pain. Sleep for a piece, we resting for the energy. Life ain't but a moment, don't you turn into my enemy. We don't fake it, we just take it, we place it. High above the clouds, you can't tell that we faceless. All of you lames talking bullshit, fall like you cousins. Backpacking off our shit like all of a sudden. Ain't no time for rapping, but you loving, yo, to get down. Watch you faggots make a song now. Proof that you all clowns, we ball proud, we talk loud, we thuggin'. SoCal versus all you bums, yeah, you busy hugging. Making other tapes, speaking on the same topic. I pull out the messages that show you a slump trick. We don't recognize fakes, yo, this here is genuine. Busy being bitches, yeah, you stuck acting feminine. You already know we don't play, yeah, we grounded tight. We been up and down Cali, yeah, you know we stay outside. Eyesore Radio, communication proper. Shut you down, set up shop, build something harder. These is homebodies, yo, they speaking about weapons with no cases whatsoever. See, they teach you with no lessons, this is Santana. Orange County, Campana, clock tower lets you know what time we on for the drama. Yo, we well connected. Texas, yo, they see us. Hawaii and New Zealand, Puebla, up to Tijuas. Best you stay clear, go and watch what you say. Acting tough around mascots, but won't drive outside of play. Make music safely, impossible to dissect. No substance, fake Nikes, that's a flight check. Center of attention, but we living in the South. And we moving with that culture, we engaging with the crowd. Run and tell your friends, yo, this shit is held down. Nothing you can do or say, boy, best you sit this one out. Time ain't money, it's the skill that we bless and test. Came from nothing, yet it's everything that we represent. Crime scenes, homicide vans, yellow tape around the area, body bag escape plan. Underground voices, but we popping through the valles. Eyesore and Louis talk, mobbing for the calles. Yeah, you full-time pues, ojalá que nunca faltes. Colores on the block, orgullo en el arte. Cuidado when you know it, we ain't gotta show it. Damn right, you a rapper, entertained like a whole trick. This ain't competition, see how Louis talk. You fools speak on random shit like a movie plot. Running through the page like a female trying to set it off. Bunch of bitches out to do a man's job. Won't you interrupt the flow? This a pimp to a hoe. Get mad, get loud, try speaking real slow. You in the shadow cause you have no voice. Such a dreadful look, faggot, you ain't really got no choice. Biatch, they call me Louis boy.
Yo, 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 we back. We chilling with the big homie Demon here at Eyesore Radio. Yo, what up, Demon? How you feeling?
What's up?
Chilling?
Yep.
Hey, bro, I have a question, bro. Now, aside from the art world, bro, is there anything else that you be, dabbling in, or any other side hobbies that you do, bro?
So when I was younger, I did do music. I did like pig squeals and like hardcore sounding shit. Like I try to push it towards more like Cannibal Corpse sounding. But to this day I still songwrite. No, I'm not in a band no more. I'm not as cool as OTR. But then I also do piercings.
Oh,
I love playing with needles.
Damn,
so,
bro.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things to do besides my main job.
Oh, okay, right on. So you're in the process of getting a license for that?
Yeah, in the process of legally poking people. Yeah, yeah.
If you will, that's a great way of wording it. Damn, that's dope, bro. So obviously the music scene came before the art world.
No, Believe it or not, a lot of that shit came around the same time. You know, like starting graffiti. I mean, obviously, like when we were younger, everyone started pretty young, like smoking and drinking. So, and like the music as well, it all came like the same year. It was kind of like, it was not thinking about it. It was like, that's a crazy ass year to fucking think about, like all that shit came out once. But yeah, it all came when I was like 12, I want to say. So like getting into music and graffiti, fucking shit.
It seems like it just kind of goes hand in hand, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does. So it's either like, that's the crazy part. It's either hip hop with graffiti, or it's gonna be hardcore with graffiti.
Facts,
So
bro.
it's one or the other. You're not gonna be here listen to cumbias like, here, let me go catch a spot. Like, realistically.
True that, bro. Damn, that's what's up, bro. So like, is any of your art, is it all like is there music like influence, or is it just kind of like, you know what, just what I feel like putting out there today?
No, there's not music influence at all. Because, okay, for example, if it was music influence, I feel like I'd be a lot better at tagging than I would. Because you think about it, like a lot of the hardcore bands always have that clean tag as their, you know, their logo. But typically I just go out there and I do what I want. I mean, I feel like that's the point why people get into graffiti. Is like, I'm gonna catch whatever I want. So,
What's your ideal color combo?
I'm gonna have to go like turquoise and like the dark purple, like with black and white. I feel like I'm not there yet to actually be able to mix that properly, you know, with the wild style, you know, because I feel like wild style is the only way you're gonna be able to get 4 colors in and make it look clean. But typically I'm always going with black and white. Something about it is like you can catch it on anything. You could reverse it if you have to, depending on the color of the wall. Those are my go-to.
What about as for like tips? Do you have like a one that you favor?
Oh yeah, for sure. Everyone knows New York Fat all day long. And then also the Boston creams, skinny creams, and the Astro Fats.
What do you think is more important, like for you, quality or quantity?
Quality. I don't care how good you are. If just because I see your work doesn't mean you're good. Me personally, I don't get up every single day only because I have an actual life to live first. But I feel like if you get one good one in, like one good piece, or you know, a couple good ass like clean throwies, you know, they're gonna rock. I feel like people are gonna recognize that more than just some shitty ass like beginner shit that you just have going on everywhere in the world. But me personally, I feel like yeah, quality is like my priority. Always trying to learn how to perfect the shape, you know, make it look clean.
Speaking of that, bro, are you tough on yourself when it comes to like, you know, your artistic ways, bro? Or do you just be like, man, whatever comes out, and then I just move on?
I'd have to be in the middle with that, to be honest. My throwies, they're gonna come out pretty much almost on point every time. So like I won't really be too harsh on myself on that because I know it's gonna come out clean. Like it's just, you know, it's supposed to let it flow. So but me attempting these pieces that I've been working on and everything, like getting it from paper to wall, I feel like I start breaking my head open. I'm like, why the hell is it not coming out the way I wanted it to? The paint's not mixing right, or sometimes if you don't get you know, if you just get a regular black can for outline, right, but then you need a low flow instead of the high flow, and then I feel like now you're forced to like move faster and try to get the lines crispy and like, you know, kind of almost like not entirely like 100% perfected, but to get those lines to stop and when to go and make those little sharp cuts that you need. So I feel like in a way I do bust my head open depending on what I'm doing. So it's like a piece or a wild style, like I've been trying to figure it out.
Sick, bro. Let me ask you this, Demon. Let me just go off topic real quick, bro, and I just want to like dive into like the music real quick, bro. Like, what kind of what you know, any bands that you like listening to, bro? I'm curious, like on your playlist, bro.
Like while I'm out painting, or
yeah, just in general, bro. You know?
Just in general. So right now, my number one favorite band has always been Motionless in White. And then I know it won't really match because you like listen to them and be like, oh, they're kind of soft, but they're more like gothic core, like emo kind of shit. But then I like to dabble in like hardcore and like punk and beat downs and shit. So, but okay, so for the band names, there's just one. I can't remember for the life of me what the names are. Let me get back to that one. Now thinking about
You're
like
chilling,
damn,
bro,
like
you're
fucking names. I know the names.
You're like, wow, what I listen to is good though.
Yeah, like I know it's decent.
Hey,
Like,
do you dabble with instruments, bro? Like aside from like vocals, man?
no, I mean I tried playing guitar, but that shit was straight up trash. I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. So I feel like I went the easier route. I just started like doing vocals. You know, I feel like it was a little bit more fun for me, you know, especially because I feel like I like to move around a lot. So for me to just stand there and play and, you know, just headbang, I can't do it. I feel like I'd just be standing, I'd be uncomfortable.
In the metal scene, do you ever like run into any other graphers, or are you like a unicorn?
So as I got older, I started running into more writers, only because like if I'm at a show and I decide to catch a tag somewhere, and then you always got that one person in the back, hey fool, what you write? And it's like, oh, I write Demon. Like just super casual about it, and they're like, oh, let me get a spot. I'm like, I'll go for it, bro. So I feel like I always thought when I was younger, I always thought like writers and like taggers, they always were like, you know, similar to like gang members. But then the more I get into the music scene, I realize most writers are just like other metalheads and punks and like people that just like to rebel against almost everything, like even against gangs sometimes. So yeah, I feel like we make a part of that.
How do you feel about graph on IG?
Gay as fuck. Like me personally, I don't like to post everything on social media. You know, if I were to post on social media, bro, it like that often, I'd get annoyed with myself. But me personally, I don't like all the little TikTok writers and the little I do it for the views, little writers like exposing your face and everything, because I feel like a lot of this is supposed to be anonymous. You know, you're not supposed to have your face out there on the internet when you're doing some illegal ass shit. You know what I mean? But like realistically, we're out in public, you know, without mask or whatever you want to wear when you're out there. So yeah, me personally, I don't like doing the whole like, oh, let me post every single day of what I'm doing every 24/7. But that's just gonna make it easier for people to find you if you do have beef or whatever you know what's going on.
Do you have any graphers that you looked up to coming up in graffiti?
I actually don't, to be honest with you. Only because, like I said, in Orange County, you don't really have anything out on the streets unless you're looking down at the ground and you got floor tags and little landies, stickers. But stickers weren't really a huge thing in Orange County. I want to say up until like 2015 is when I started noticing them more. But yeah, just me growing up in Orange County and having to go to the cutty spots, I just never always seen someone always up. It was just like, okay, cool, there's graph. Like, oh, that's so and so, that's so and so. It's like, okay, cool. So it was never like, I was never like really inspired by anybody. Like I just kind of started doing it.
Right on. Let me ask you this, Demon. What do you dislike, bro? I mean, I know you mentioned the way you feel about IG and social media, bro, but let me just ask you, like, just in general, bro, with the art world, is there anything that you dislike about it, bro?
Not really, to be honest. Because I feel like a lot of people motivate a lot of people. But I guess the only thing that I really dislike about it is how people like to show their face on social media, knowing that cops look at that shit all day long. You know, that you're asking to get caught, bro, to be honest. Like, it's like people posting with guns. You're asking to get caught. You know, that's pretty much it, is when people expose themselves and then they wonder why they got in trouble for it. It's like, Well, because you got your face 50 fucking times on your goddamn Instagram, dude. Like, I can spot you from a mile away at this point.
There's definitely an eye out everywhere, and I'm talking about every turn. You got the ring cameras now. Yeah, bro.
All that's just being watched. There's cameras on every corner. There's, and then even if your account's private, bro, like all that shit's gonna expose. You're gonna, there's someone watching, and that's the sad part about social media these days.
Hey, bro, sometimes it's the intel that's inside your circle, bro, so you can't trust anybody nowadays, bro,
That's very true, actually.
But let me ask you this, though, bro. So as an artist, man, and being in the game for a while, you just see how times change, man. Like when you go out, nowadays, do you always go out and have like some type of strategy, or is it just like, like, I feel like catching this, I'm just gonna go, and then you just go for it, like blindly in a sense, bro?
Okay, so just blatantly going out there and doing it, with no game plan, it's almost like rare for me to do. Like if I see a spot and I'm driving home, like, I always make sure I'm aware of my exits, just in case something happens. I always make sure, like, if I'm in the ghetto, I always make sure, like, okay, I gotta know the area at least. Whose hood is this? Gotta be aware of the people around me. Like, just being aware of your surroundings is very important. But for the most part, if I'm going out like in a group, we don't usually have anything planned. But we're like, hey, I got this spot over here. Let's go catch it. And then that person should just give you the background of the area in general, so that way everyone's aware of where we're going.
Definitely, people forget that there's ethics to this, bro. And there's like, well, let me ask you this, bro. Can you give me a one do and a one don't when it comes to the art scene that people should know about?
I'll give you two don'ts. Don't write on people, or homeless people specifically, because I just feel like that's a shitty thing to do. Like, they're already down. And don't write on people's homes, because at the end of the day, like, that's someone's living situation. But everything else is pretty much game. I don't give a fuck about the trash cans or fucking mailboxes. Go right on that shit. Who gives a fuck? And then do's is do your fucking research on who you're going over.
How do you feel about graffiti being commercialized? Like legal graffiti and stuff.
I disagree with it. Only because, like, growing up, everything has always been looked down upon. It's always been like the illegal activity. So I feel like them trying to build a business off of it, like commercial wise, I feel like they're taking it away from us. 'Cause like we brought that on, and they, like, if they use like our artwork for, their like their wallpaper or whatever the fuck, I'm not just gonna go in there and be like, hey bro, that's my shit, and then burn myself out. So realistically, like, I'd be in a tough situation there myself, but yeah, I think using it for commercial reasons, I think it's trash.
Would you ever stop doing graffiti?
Nah, I doubt it, to be honest. Like, I already got the crew blasted on me. Like, I don't think I'm gonna quit anytime soon. I feel like I just got started.
Speaking of crews, do you think crews are essential in like your upbringing?
Not necessarily, to be honest. It could be, but then at the same time, it's not, because anybody can just roll as a oneer. They could just roll by themselves if you want to. But then anyone will tell you, like, they're gonna run with somebody. They're gonna, whether they're just hanging out and they're just getting up together. Like, we might not be from the same crew, but me being a oneer, and I'm still gonna want, like, if you want to ping with me, okay, cool, fuck it, like, then we'll go get up. But I feel like joining crews, I think it's for like the more fun you're gonna get out of it, to be honest. Like, enjoying yourself, surrounding yourself with good people. So it's not essential, it's not important, but I feel like you'll enjoy yourself and you'll learn more from it, to be honest. You'll learn more about the game itself.
You feel like OC is starting to make a little bit more noise, bro, when it comes to the graph scene, bro? Or you think it's still kind of like they've been kind of like low key still?
Nah, it's still been pretty low key. My only issue about, you know, Orange County is there's too many fucking tag bangers, bro. A bunch of tag bangers that don't know what the fuck they're doing. And then you do have some heavy hitters like PHK, PhD. I've been seeing a lot of IMs up. So it's like, you know, you go to the cutty spots, they're gonna be in the cutty spots, you know. But you go back a month later and it got dissed by the hood that's right there, and it's like, fuck, dude, like trash ass tags, get the fuck out of here. Like, but Orange County's always been like a tag banger thing for some reason. They're not even like full gang members either. They're always like the little kids that want to be that want to be a part of it, you know. But yeah, I feel like Orange County should start stepping it up and fucking start hitting more street spots or something. Like really fucking like, you know, show out or something. Like just for at least like 2 months, bro. Just fucking show like, hey, we're here still, sort of. Like, you know, something.
Let me ask you this, Demon. Since you've already been in this game for a minute, bro. What advice would you give to somebody, bro, that's you know, coming up? Now, mind you, you already covered that stuff, but like, you know, you personally, bro, what would you tell like the little homie, like, hey, bro, you want to learn how to get into this, bro? Like, I suggest you know.
Okay, so my suggestion is always obviously having a black book. That's always important. And then another one would be like, don't afraid to ask questions. Like if you're struggling with certain letter structures or trying to understand like 3D wise or where your shine's supposed to go, don't afraid to ask those questions, especially like to your big homies. Especially if you know they're way better than you. Like just go ahead and ask those questions, bro. Don't be shy. So besides like the black books and asking questions, I guess it'll just be, my third one would just be like, just know your history of like your area, or even just being aware of who you're hanging out with, because like me personally, like I don't like certain people around me. I do check paperwork, but other than that, like I don't care about what you are. Just fucking make sure you're good, you're clean. Like, you know, if you're not gonna be fucking a danger to yourself, then I know you won't be a danger to me. But just be sane, I guess. You know, just be aware of your surroundings and everything as well.
Know what you're doing, bro. You will get that background check, bro. Streets don't play, bro, you know?
Nah, for real. There's just too much shit going on here. It's just the streets, bro. You're playing in the streets. You're playing with street demons. You're not just playing with fucking, you know, with average civilians, you know? Just because Orange County doesn't mean that there's no killers out here either. Like, they're everywhere. You just don't know the face of them.
Everywhere, bro, you know what I mean? But, yo, we chilling with the one and only Demon, straight out of OC, bro. Yo, thank you, man, for blessing us, man.
Thank you, Eyesore Radio, for having me. I appreciate it.
Hey, bro, real quick, dog. Any shout outs that you want to give out, bro?
Shout outs? I'm gonna give it to all my crews, man. All 3 crews I'm in. SMA, LPK, and VMB. They're all pretty good people, in my opinion. Of course, shout out to Eyesore Radio, viewer from Miami. I appreciate you guys having me here. That's pretty much it. Just, you know, shout out to all the dads too that are still doing it too.
Yo, Eyesore Radio, man. We in here, baby. Let's go. Yo, we just jumping into this Louis talk, bro.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yo, you know that saying, bro, right? Where they say it gets lonely at the top, you know? I guess I feel like you can also say that it gets pretty scary at the bottom, bro, you know? There's all types of different individuals, bro. You're either making shit really difficult for yourself, or you're just a desperate, you know, individual, bro, where it's like by any means necessary, you know? It's easy to fuck up, bro. It's so easy to ignore that voice, you know? That voice of reason, you know? You're just like, man, whatever. I'm just gonna do this because it sounds right, or I'm doing this because it feels good, you know? There's consequences and repercussions to shit, bro. It's consequences to damn near anything negative, bro, you know?
But you know, you learn from the pain, bro. You know, like I know I said this before, bro. Where if you don't, if you don't feel no type of pain from the cut, bro, it's probably because you know you didn't get yourself deep enough, bro. You know, scars are like lessons for the most part. And I feel like a lot of the times, bro, you know, in life, you deal with these life scars, man. Find reason, bro. Find passion, man. Find something that'll give you purpose, bro. You know, it's really tough, man. A lot of people just pretty much live their lives not ever knowing that they got a reason for something, for being, bro. You know, everybody has purpose and reason, bro. Whether if you know you become a mother or a father, bro, you know, that's purpose right there, man, you know. But always remember, man, you gotta put yourself up on that pedestal before anyone. Can't have anyone be controlling of your emotions, bro, you know. You know when someone's in control, bro, when the most basic shit makes you feel good, you know. Or it doesn't take much for them to make you feel good. But it also doesn't take much to really shut you down and be in a shitty ass mood, bro, you know? Sometimes I feel like you don't realize when someone else is in control, you know? You just get numb to it. But take a second, bro, to really step back and just really look at it from the outside in, you know? When you feel like you're in full control, you know, I feel like it's pretty difficult to be upset, you know. Find reason, man. Finding that purpose, I feel like one way is pretty much having some quality time with yourself, you know, just kind of quarantine yourself from the whole world, you know. The ones that fuck with you will be there regardless, you know. They'll be there to understand. They won't fuck with you, you know. They'll be supportive of that. They'll always be supportive of a healthy habit, you know. Everybody's different, you know. Different shit for different people, you know. Break free from those chains, man. Take a second to realize what's wrong and what it is that you're doing wrong and shit, you know, and understand that in these dark times, bro, you know, a lot of the times it's not a bad thing to be in the dark, you know. It can hurt when you're in the light as well, man. Be true to yourself and move with honesty, you know. Chin up, smile and be happy. I'm telling you, that shit is mad contagious. Hey, Eyesore Radio, it's Louis Talk, baby.